having your goals as an executive director? Do you know how many members you actually want? Do you know how many chapters that will be? Do you have that? Do your team know? And there's no right or wrong, but just start there. Yeah? In fact, when I do the last session, the last 15 minutes will be, okay, so where do you want to start? So don't start sitting here thinking, remember everything? No. My suggestion is when you go back to your region as a team, why don't you do it like this? If I said to you, when does this finish? It would be very easily for you to say 5 o'clock on Saturday. Do you know when this actually finishes? After you've gone back to your region and you've looked at all of your notes and you've decided your plan. So how many of you have taken 2 or 3 days next week with no work but review your conference? And I would suggest from experience that most of you have plans on Monday, you have plans on Tuesday, you have plans on Wednesday, so when are you even going to do this? So my suggestion in future, if you are attending something where you hope, as I can't guarantee, where you hope to learn, don't have a page full of notes on your desk, but no time to begin. When I go to the global convention, okay, I do not go home for a day or two because it's all in the moment. I literally will sit there. In fact, I don't want people to speak to me. I might go to another hotel just to sit there and say, this was interesting when Phil spoke, but actually in real life, we're not ready for this bit yet. Okay, this is a good idea, but you know, not yet, but we will do this later in the year. Go with a plan, as against go home with a lot of notes where nothing happens. Yeah? That's what I said. So let me just go through some of these, because some of these I can do pretty quickly, actually. I'm going to leave wrong person, how to remove, slightly bigger, I'm going to come back to it. Good person, not renewing. You may use this process here, you may not. If you don't, I'd like to allow to just mention it, and then you can take it on. If I said to you guys, probably to Naoki and Asante, do you guys know the term 90-day renewal process? Do you right. Respectfully now, Phil's in a good mood, honestly, but respectfully, some of the questions you've asked, I've already given this information in the last 2 or 3 days. 1, so you've asked me a question and I'm thinking, but I've answered that, but I'll come back to it. The other thing is sometimes you might, bless you, you might just need to be reminded of what we actually have. So a very, very important part of helping any member renew, or not renew. In fact, it might answer the same question. How do you remove the wrong person? There's different ways. As a this is just as a member I'm talking about, not DC yet. But as a member, what the membership committee should be discussing, and it's on the UK membership committee agenda, and the reason I say that is I believe sometimes there's a bit of opportunity to change things. So, and I say that, I don't know what's global or what's UK or what. So on the UK agenda, we have this process, and it's called 90-day renewal, 3 months before renewal. So let's say the membership committee review all of the members. Who's renewing this month? Who's renewing in 2 months? Who's renewing in 3 months? Okay? And what should happen? Let's talk about the 3 months. What should happen is, okay, we have Phil Berg that's due to be renewed 1st of August. What should happen is, at that stage, we should be reviewing Phil's statistics and performance. So we should be set, and the question you're asking is, if we were going to renew Phil now, today, would we? Yes or no? That's the goal. So if everything will link today, if you have had minimum requirements, okay, Phil's only brought one visitor, and he's supposed to have brought 3. Phil was supposed to attend 1 workshop every 2 months, and he's short, he has missed by 2. You have an opportunity to stop a problem. That's my point. So with this information, and then your final question, if we were renewing Phil today, would we? The committee would probably say no. Now this is a bad member. I will come to the good member in a second. But the committee will probably say no. Then the next question is, okay, so if we wouldn't renew Phil today, what does Phil need to achieve in the next 3 months so that we can renew Phil? So we are giving Phil the opportunity, and this is in English it works brilliantly, we are giving Phil the opportunity to improve or remove. It works good in English because it's a rhyme, so it doesn't have to work as a rhyme with you guys. But you're giving you're actually saying to Phil, Phil, if we were going to renew you today, we're not renewing you. But we want to renew you. So, in the next 3 months, and tell us what help you need. This is what you need to achieve. Now, I'm going to give you a bit of Phil Berg technique here. Please don't go. When I did the problem box on day 1, people go from problem to solution. Don't. Phil, you haven't achieved. Problem. Why? What's your problem? What's been your challenge? Get them to tell you, oh, I haven't tried to bring visitors. Don't tell them. Tell them you haven't brought visitors. Can I ask you why? Then, what help would you like? What do you need? So you are giving them every opportunity to succeed so that they are choosing not to succeed. This is where it goes wrong, because people say, oh, and if you don't do the 90-day renewal, you have a problem. It's that important, because with 1 week to go, hey, Phil's up for renewal. Oh, Phil's been a bad member. Good person, bad member. So let's have a vote. We should remove him. But then someone correctly says, hang on, Phil's been a bad member. Have we helped? Have we spoken to him? Does he know? Have we given him support? So without the 90-day renewal, then everyone goes, yeah, you're right, well, let's renew him. So the 90-day renewal is very, very important, because with the good member, it's the other way around. Hey, Phil's up for renewal. Okay, because there's 2 things. 1, as a committee, you decide, are we renewing Phil, if it were today? The other question you must do is go to Phil and say, hey, Phil, it's 3 months to go. If you were going to renew today, would you renew, yes or no? Because with the good member, so AG is a fantastic member. It's still a mistake if you don't do the 90-day thinking that he loves it, he's going to renew. Can I say, if you are a member in the green, that just means you give. It does not mean you receive. So don't assume green members will want to renew. They are green because they are givers. They're not green because they are receivers. I know many members in the green that are still not very competent at helping others to help them. Their weekly presentation is not confident. They do one-to-ones because they love helping people. So you see the statistics, 1 million one-to-ones. Yeah, no business. So the 90-day renewal is crucial, because you can find out if a good member is now you ask, no, I'm not going to renew. Really? Right, well, what needs to happen? That's the moment you will realise that you should have given them feedback, which is the theme of today, earlier. Because now you'll say to them, hey, well, you know, you could improve your weekly presentation. And they could say to you, why haven't you told me this before? Well, I didn't want to criticise you. Okay, so leave me banned. All right? Yes, happy?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
First year, 53%. How do we improve? I think this came from KK. My answer to you is, I explained to you about the ambassador program that I've just started. Because I don't have retention good enough for me to stand here and share knowledge. I do believe every mentoring plan that anyone does is always good enough, but people don't hold it accountable. We have the process. Can the process be better? In everything. But if the process we have just was accountable and monitored and reviewed, we would succeed even more. So what do? We do another mentor program. Because this one doesn't work. It works probably, it's just not monitored. So I'm trying my ambassador program now because I can't rely on the chapters. But I can rely on my management of my ambassadors. That's my management. And I can rely on my management. So too early, KK, for me to give the results, but that's what I'm doing. Recruit a number 2. I believe that to be successful in this business, we need help. So whether it's a number 2 or not, you definitely need to decide the characteristics of whoever you want to interview. And I don't look for titles, I look for character. You know, if you're a winner, you're going to look for winners. If you're competitive, you're going to look for a competitive person. If you're generally, me, I'm good ethics, I'm a good person. Can I upset people sometimes? Can I frustrate? Yes, of course. Not Mr. Perfect. But I think when people know me, I'm comfortable that they know I'm a good person. Will I get things wrong? Absolutely. And I will continue to try and improve forever. But I'm comfortable that I'm a good person. And something that you guys need to understand as a presenter, even with things that happened this morning, this is a fantastic line. You can use this, but just use your name, not mine. So watch me do this. I, Phil Berg, will never, ever, ever apologise to you for my why. Ever. Because my why is to help you earn more money, help you become even more successful, help you and your family have a better life. That's my why. So I never have to apologise, and I say this to my members like this. I never have to apologise to you for my why. But watch this. I sometimes have to apologise to you for my how I deliver, my passion sometimes, my, I sometimes have to apologise to you for the way I speak. But I will never, and you have to change your face, I will never apologise to you because I care. Ever. Can you say that to your team? Because you are all like that, but tell them. What can people be angry with you for? Because the way you spoke to me. I apologise, and I got that wrong. But do you understand what I was trying to achieve? Yes, I didn't like the way you said it. I'm sorry, I'm on my journey. But have we still understood what I'm trying to achieve? And will you accept my apology? I've had people say, I won't accept your apology. Will you? Go on. Excuse my language. If you won't accept my apology, what can I do? But I'm not apologising for my why. Okay? And that will help you stay strong. That will help you stay strong. I have nothing to apologise for, except the way I said it. Sorry, get passionate. All right? So, I think regarding the recruiting, try and look at what type of person you're looking for, and then see if they can do the job. Instead of, sometimes people look for people that can do the job instead of the person. And my number one criteria, and I teach people how to interview, all because of my mistakes. When I was a small business, do you know how I interviewed? The first person that came through the door that I thought was nice and spoke well, and I said, so can you sell? Now if they want the job, and I said, can you sell? They said, yes. And I went, oh good. And then when I recruited them, within one day, I thought, oh my goodness, what have I recruited? Because when we are a small company, we do not have time to recruit. So please, we just need somebody. So now, as I've developed my skills, I'm looking for a winner. I'm looking for someone that respects. I'm looking for someone with good appearance. I'm looking with somebody that I can communicate with. And my number one criteria, they must be coachable. They must be coachable. If you are not coachable, don't work with me, because you will take it as criticism. And here's a good thing given to me. Can I just borrow your phone for a minute? I won't use it. No, it's okay, I won't use it. Someone gave me a bit of advice a long time ago, and they said, is there anybody on your phone that if the phone rings and you go, oh, is that person in your life? And you know, I recognised in my own team that whenever this person phones, it is always a moan, a criticism of TK. It's always the same people. Always. And if you've got people like that, move them. And it does allow me to say, how do I remove the wrong person? Who asked me that question? Right, can I share this with you? The pain of removing them is a lot better than the pain of keeping them. It's going to be a real problem if I remove this person. Really?